All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the stream. We have a tornado warning here in Florida, here just to the north and east of Orlando. If you guys live in this area, you do need to be getting into your safe spots. We're talking about areas like Lake Mary, Sanford, and Deltona. If you guys live in this area, make sure that you are in your safe spots here. We'll be going over a little bit finer details here in just a little bit. Let me just do something really quick. There we go. That. But yeah, over here near Lake Mary and Sanford, our area of rotation, which is actually pretty tight here, just to the west of Lake Mary, moving off to the north and east towards Interstate 4. Lake Mary, Sanford, all need to be in their safe spots here. Again, this is just to the north of Orlando, about to cross over Highway 4 here. I'm going to try to get some cameras up here. Oops, didn't mean to go over to that spot. That. And then we'll go here, here, there. Luckily, we have tons of cameras in Florida. So we should be able to track this on the ground simultaneously here. Yeah, the storm is pretty much right over this camera right now. Let me see if I can get a view of it here really quick. Can't really see much here. See what this one looks like. We got a lot of cars stopped on the road here, some traffic. Not sure if that is just due to heavy rain or not. Okay, our latest scan is in, and it's just about to cross over. It's not quite over the road yet. So let me see if I can get right there. But again, if you're just now tuning in, we do have a tornado warning. Our area of rotation is about to cross over Interstate 4. And if you live in Sanford, Lake Mary, and Deltona here in Florida, you guys do need to be in your safe spots. Let me try to get right on that little bend. See if we can see anything. Looks like they changed the camera view. But let me see if I can get right on that area where we are. There's like a little intersection here that we need to be pretty much right on. So that's to the south. Yeah, right in this area is where the rotation is crossing over, which is the area that we were watching. So we're on the right camera here. Keep your eyes out for some power flashes. Any sort of power flashes. It's just now crossed over the highway. We've got a lot of traffic in this area, but I'm not sure if that's an indication that a tornado has come through this area. There's a lot of precipitation associated with this storm right now. Oh, this is on the ground. This tornado, folks, is on the ground now. We have a tornado on the ground here in Florida. We have a debris signature right over where our camera is. So there's a tornado somewhere underneath me within that rain. You can see we have a debris signature right now near Lake Mary. So this is now officially a tornado on the ground here in Florida. If you guys are in the path of this storm, you need to be in your safe spots. This is a currently tornado in progress. Tornado in progress here near Lake Mary. If you live in Lake Mary near Sanford, you need to be in your safe spots. Again, we've got a tornado on the ground, and that just literally went over our, like, really close to our camera here. See if we can see anything. This is still on the ground. Let me cycle our view maybe to a camera a little bit further up to the north here, just in case our radar is a little bit off. I'm not seeing anything there. It's about to cross over this area of the road here.
New information, this tornado warning has been upgraded.
And tornado warning just got upgraded. That's because it is currently on the ground here into Lake Mary. There's our area of circulation now just over Highway 4, just past Highway 4, and is now about to go directly into Lake Mary here. That's Crystal Point, Lake Mary, Evansdale, all needs to be in their safe spots. Again, this is a tornado that is currently in progress, picking up debris. That is what this shows right here. That's debris that is in the air that is bigger than a bigger than a raindrop, which typically indicates larger debris like tree limbs and stuff like that. So again, if you live over here near Lake Mary, Crystal Point, and Evansdale, you guys need to be in your safe spots. Again, this is a tornado that is on the ground. Let me just check the information. Yeah, emergency management has confirmed this tornado. Let me see exactly where this debris signature. So that'd be like right in that bend. Let me get our best camera possible off of that bend of the road here. We're pretty darn close to that area, but it's kind of on the more northern part of that bend. Let me see if we can get a camera actually facing towards the tornado itself here. Yeah, I think all of that traffic over here was due to that tornado being on the ground. Let me see if we can get a better view out of one of these cameras. Still not seeing. There's still a lot of traffic out here, but I'm still not seeing any power flashes off in the distance. It's just a lot of heavy rain associated with this storm. So basically, what we're going to have to wait to do is just to kind of intercept this storm completely, which our best chance will probably be on one of these cameras in this region. We'll keep it on this camera for now, as that is pretty much the next camera that is in line to potentially see this tornado. And if you guys are just tuning in, we do have a tornado on the ground here in Florida. This is north of Orlando, Florida, over here going into Sanford and Lake Mary. Sanford and Lake Mary. The tornado is currently located, unfortunately, still looks like it's on the ground in progress here near Lake Mary. Our camera is pretty much right in this area, right in front of that tornado, and we are hopefully going to be able to get eyes on this thing soon so we can give you guys an update on whether or not we can see it still on the ground at this time, because sometimes it can be hard to tell with our radar. But as far as I can tell, that still looks like a tornado in progress, moving towards the bend here of 46, coming pretty close to Sanford. So again, if you live in Sanford, Florida, make sure that you are in your safe spots as this storm approaches. Let's come back over to here. Continue to monitor our camera as this area of circulation continues to approach this camera. Yeah, it's weird. When I saw that there was a severe weather risk in Florida, my first thought was, like, especially usually when it's in this area, for some reason, some weird things happen whenever we get a weak system that comes through. And I checked out the meso analysis. I mean, there is an environment there. You could potentially have put a 5% on this, to be honest. And this is the second tornado warning of the day here in Florida, but this is the first one that's been confirmed. All right, circulation is getting closer to our camera here. Closer to our camera. We just got our latest scan, so let me go ahead and bring that up. Yeah, there's our area of rotation. It does look a little bit weaker, but our latest scan still has a CC drop. So not sure if we're going to see a tornado here, as that kind of looks like a little bit of a weaker signal. It still could be technically on the ground. So this camera is going to be really helpful in helping us determine that here in a little bit. We're watching for debris to come off or to fall out of the sky here. Okay, looks like there's something to the dark to our left. Oh, that could be it, maybe. It's kind of hard to tell. The rain is really increasing here. We're watching for debris falling out of the sky and power flashes, green flashes emanating from the ground. It does look like there's something back there on the left side of the screen. It kind of looks like a tornado, but it's kind of hard to tell given how much rain that we have ongoing. But it does look like there is at least a lowering on the left side of the screen, top left of the screen there. No power flashes over there though. And this camera is very close to where this tornado is going to pass over this road. So we should have a pretty good understanding of what is currently happening underneath this storm. I'm really watching just the leading edge of this storm altogether and seeing if I see any power flashes or debris raining out of this storm right now. As that debris signature is about to cross right over this highway. I mean, it should be pretty much right over us. Let me just make sure we're positioned right. We might need to go just a tad bit to the south, but this should be good enough. Let me just double check here. Make this small. Yeah, let's check out this camera, see what's happening here. Yeah, really crappy view out of this camera. So our best view, let me just see if we get a little bit further away, if we can get a better look at it. There we go. Here's a good look at the storm. Definitely a lot of lower clouds here, potentially, but still not seeing any power flashes yet. Let's go check out closer to where our circulation is. I do want to keep on cycling back and forth between these cameras because this camera over here is very close to where the actual tornado might pass through if it's still on the ground. Still no debris falling out of the sky. Still no power flashes. It does kind of seem like this might have lifted. Back to our further view here. Oh, there appears to be something on the just above the road there, or just to the left of the road there. It might be. It's hard to tell. There's just so much rain in this area. It's hard to tell really any main features. I'm really relying on seeing some sort of power flash here to confirm a tornado still being on the ground. I mean, you can see a couple of features just to the left of the road there that definitely look like a funnels or maybe even a tornado, especially over there further left. But it's hard to say for sure. All right, let's come back over to our radar here and give an update on where the positioning is of our circulation. Okay, our circulation is definitely broader here. Okay, and our area of debris is a lot more dispersed. So that indicates that our tornado is not on the ground anymore, which kind of lines up with what we were looking at on these cameras. We haven't really seen anything that we could say 100% is a tornado. We didn't see any debris flying around either, but I do want people that are out in front of this storm to continue to be in your safe spots, especially here east of Sanford. This is actually the second tornado warning we've had with this storm, and earlier it tightened up pretty similar here near Monteverde, but we couldn't tell, at least I couldn't tell by radar if it produced anything or not, but it got really darn close to producing a tornado over there near Monteverde if it didn't. And then it kind of looked like this directly after the rotation kind of died. It looked almost exactly like this on radar, and it continued to be a little bit broader and weaker. And then all of a sudden, it strengthened and then produced a tornado over there near Lake Mary. So I still want folks out in front of the storm near Spruce Creek and Oak Hill, Florida, to continue to be, at the very least, aware of this storm. As I'm still not letting my guard down for this storm in particular. Let me see if I can get the chat up here as we have a brief moment. All right, there we go. All right. Let me see if I can get another view on this storm. We're kind of behind the storm on our camera as well. Yeah, looks like we're going to have to wait until this thing gets to Highway 95 in order to track it again. But we have a lot of cameras on Highway 95, so that'll probably be in a good 10 to 20 minutes before the storm gets over there. But once it does, we should have a lot of different views of the storm as it potentially tries to cycle again. We'll see. Do you want to check in on some of these other spots? I was monitoring this storm earlier near Venice. Still does have a little area of circulation still over there near Venice, South Venice as well. But let's go look at the, actually, we'll do one more update on this. Yeah, latest scans, still a little area of some circulation there in South Sanford right now. Still not very strong circulation. Does seem like it's still generally weakening. Still not seeing a new correlation coefficient yet on this storm. But again, this is the second time this storm has cycled and tried to produce a tornado. So I'm definitely not ruling out a third time as this approaches 95. So still stay weather aware with this storm in particular. These storms that are further back are kind of struggling here, but we're watching to see if these ones will try to mature and tap into that shear environment. But yeah, this one right here, keeping a close eye on this one. It is spinning. Wouldn't rule out a water spout with this, and that's what we're kind of watching. Are we going to get a water spout, try to move on to land here as a tornado? So far, that rotation does look a little bit on the weaker side, though.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
A new tornado warning has been issued for the storm we were just talking about here. That's going to be over here near Venice. Venice and South Venice now need to be going into their safe spots here as this storm approaches. Also, very heavy rain and potentially some severe gusts of up to 60 miles per hour are going to be possible over there near Northport as well in Florida. Still waiting on our latest scan. Looks like the NWS is kind of thinking the same thing. Definitely watching out for that risk there for a water spout to come onto land here as a tornado. Yeah, the observed tornado what is up here. But this one does not appear to be on the ground anymore. But we're still watching this area of circulation. It could definitely get started again, as that's kind of what it did before. So we're still keeping a close eye on this guy. But it does seem like, if you guys have any friends or family that live in Lake Mary, make sure that you are reaching out to them. One of the things that I am going to do here is pull up our scanner radio here so that we can get some sort of information of what's happening on the ground in terms of injuries and all of that. Let me see. That would have happened technically. Let's see. Orlando is just kind of on. I think that would have technically happened in Seminole County.
Copy. Verify the dispatch address one more time, please.
Dispatch address was 2112. The report of the full collapse was 2109.
We have a report of a fully collapsed building.
June 36 command. House 2112 is all clear. No damage. They were calling about the one across the street.
Okay, a house was calling about some damage across the street.
Command copy. 2112 all clear. Just give me an assessment around the houses around 2109.
Looks like a little bit more rotation is starting to get organized here south and east of Sanford again.
Tower 12 just confirming you're clearing.
Keeping a close eye on that. They might extend that tornado warning if that continues. All right, let's come back here to our southern tornado warning again.
We're almost through.
There's your area of rotation approaching Venice. Venice needs to continue to be in your safe spot. Not a very strong area of rotation right now, but
I have my crew clearing the trees.
All right, looks like we have reports of a lot of trees down and crews clearing out trees in the area as well.
Rescue 35 command. We're gonna
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Another new tornado warning has been issued over here for Samsula, Spruce Creek, South Village, Ponce Inlet, and Port Orange. Now need to be going into their safe spots. Looks like they did decide to extend this.
CR4 command. I'm also going to attach and bring the trench trailer.
Given the fact that this storm looks like it's trying to potentially reorganize that rotation again. I definitely agree with that. Anyone in and along 95 South Village, Samsula, Spruce Creek, and Ponce Inlet all need to be into their safe spots there. Definitely need to be respecting that storm. You have a cousin that lives in Masco. Oh, wow. Yeah, if they're in a tornado warning, make sure you are letting them know. When I say the day is overperforming, yeah. I mean, given the fact that we have some reports of buildings potentially fully collapsed here, that would be some indication that could have been a stronger tornado there. If that gets confirmed as a strong tornado, I mean, that would be a way over performance.
Ladder 15th man, 2105. Everybody's accounted for, no injuries.
Okay, house on 205, everybody accounted for and no
Copy that.
injuries.
Just look at the houses in that area that looks really damaged and check on the occupants and just give me a face-to-face when you get a chance.
Said looking at the houses in the area, they look really damaged. So this could definitely be on the stronger end.
This is called command.
Got a warning, take cover
Command,
now.
go
I'm
ahead.
worried. Yeah, just stay in your safe spots. Just stay in your safe
We're
spots.
clear to the roadblock. Engine 36 is headed back.
These storms will pass. As of right now, we don't have a new tornado on the ground. So let me change my my title here to reflect more accuracy.
27 understood.
Fortunately, I cannot change my thumbnail.
Command,
So
Sentinel,
it's going to have to
leak
stay the same, unfortunately.
Command understood. Leak stop 050958.
Right. Let's come back down here and check in on our southern tornado warning here. The latest scans, still some pretty
Engine 36
weak
man, house
rotation,
2104
pretty broad.
is no injuries.
I think he said 214, no injuries. So they're looks like they're going house to house and checking on the folks out there.
2104, no injuries.
2104, no injuries. So a lot of these reports from these firefighters are coming out of Lake Mary, and we have some reports of houses, buildings collapsed, and a lot of damage being reported in some of the neighborhoods over there. Latest scan with our storm is it still seems to be trying to reorganize that rotation again. It's still not very strong, though.
Back to command. I do still have these two people inside the one collapsed house, but they are in the only room that's standing, and they're elderly.
Only
We're just
room
getting
that's
the windows taken out
standing?
so we can step them out. There are no injuries.
So they just
Copy,
reported people
Rescue
inside of
17,
a
go
collapsed
ahead,
house
assist engine 12,
with
assist
folks
any
that are
medical
in
wants
the
to get
only
out,
room
and
that's
just, give them
standing
a
of the
place to
house.
Stay out of
That
this weather.
indicates significant damage. This
Somebody
could have been, this might be a strong tornado that just went through here. Unfortunately. Seems like we have a lot of damage with this storm. They were in the only room that's standing, and they reported that they don't have injuries, so that's good news. But it does seem like we have a lot of damage out of this area that's being reported. I don't know what kind of houses these are, though. These could be, if these are more suburban houses, that's definitely some stronger tornado damage. If these are like manufactured houses, this could still be on the lower end of tornadoes. Yeah, latest scans just came in again. Here's our area of circulation, still struggling at the moment. Still struggling. No major increases of rotation, but I still want folks near 95 South Village, Samsula, and Ponce Inlet to still continue to be in your safe spots. Again, just because this storm is not looking overly concerning right now does not mean it will not try again. This is the second time this storm, so the first time this storm tried to produce a tornado, it was over here in western Orlando. That time, it got really close, but no report.
Could you have a power company respond to the area, not just this location, but we got multiple lines down.
Multiple power lines down there as well. Just reported they're requesting power crews to get out there in that specific area. I'm sure they're already out, though.
20 minutes until warm.
But yeah, they first started off here with some strong rotation. As far as I can tell, there was no confirmed tornado there, but we're still waiting on more information on that. And then it kind of died off. That rotation died off, kind of like what we're seeing right now. But then it strengthened here over Lake Mary, and that's where we're hearing all these reports of damaged buildings, collapsed buildings,
the
and
National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning for East Central Seminole County until 10:45 a.m. If you are in the warning area,
we're
prepare
still
to seek
tracking
shelter.
for alerts out in this area right now. Latest scan down here near Venice, still some pretty weak rotation. No debris signature as this makes its way onto land.
113. It's going to be the Bravo exposure.
Still want Venice and South Venice to continue to be in their safe spots, though. But that rotation is not overly concerning right now. We'll still keep our eye on it, though, I
Man,
promise.
copy.
Didn't expect this. I didn't expect it either, but I will say whenever we get a risk in Florida, that this isn't actually super uncommon. Well, actually, let's go check out the meso analysis. As I woke up, I checked the meso analysis because after the first tornado warning, let me get this up too. After the first tornado, the first tornado warning, and after as I was monitoring it because I had radar Omega all the way already up. Yeah, our low pressure system is out here.
West side of the street from 2100 to 2112. We have an all clear.
All clear on a lot of houses there. Yeah, we have 1,000 joules per kilogram there in the central portion.
Ladder 15, come back to the command vehicle. We have a water leak inside of a house, 1815, right by the command vehicle.
Water leak inside of a house being reported, but you can see here we have 40 knots of some lower level shear in that area, which is pretty decent.
Command, where do you need
and a decent, upper level jet. So I would say, in comparison to what we were thinking this event might do,
you can come up here behind Battalion 3 vehicle.
it is certainly kind of overperforming here. And look at this. We have a couple of areas of new circulation. Let me see if that one to the north is the old circulation or a new one forming. Yeah, this one to the north is a new circulation, really trying to get its act together there.
With Seminole County Sheriff's Office.
So yeah, this storm might be making an attempt to try yet again.
Law enforcement sweeping the area on misty morning place, checking all the occupants.
Let's come over here towards Venice. Yeah, this storm is still struggling. If that continues to struggle like that, we'll probably see this tornado warning expire.
People are extricated out of 2109. They're with Longwood Rescue.
Copy.
Report of some sort of rescue just happened.
Out of this weather and let me know where they eventually end up at.
We're still listening to reports here. What you're hearing in the background
no compromising any of the tanks right now.
Is the firefighters in the region of Lake Mary, where we had a tornado on the ground for a brief moment, but we have reports of some significant damage potentially that has happened there with buildings collapsed. We had one report of a building collapse with only one room standing, and that's where the people were inside of it. They didn't have injuries, but given the fact that there was only one room standing in a house, depending on what kind of house that was, that could be an indication of a strong tornado that has happened here. So we're still trying to get more information.
Blue Iris Command, notified, no ETA.
Fortunately, X is not working for me at all.
Command, copy.
So I'm kind of cut off from reports
12.
there.
Do you need any additional resources down there?
Thank you.
Okay, so X is just down. X is down, and that's where I usually get most of my photos from. I'll have to check Facebook or something, but yeah, latest scan over here on this storm, still some broad circulation, but there is some stronger broad circulation still trying to develop here with this storm. So kind of the same pattern that happened before. It got weaker, and then now it's starting to strengthen again. Oh, wow. X is down everywhere, even in Argentina. X is down in Europe. Oh, wow. Interesting. That means the whole site crashed. Down in Germany. Huh. Very interesting. Hopefully they didn't get hacked. They might have got hacked. There's a lot of people mad at the person that owns X. So it wouldn't surprise me if someone tried to do something malicious to their website. Would not surprise me in the least. Now, we do have a camera out in front of this storm. I kind of want to get if I can get south near Scottsmore, I do want to check out from down there because we might be able to get a broad view of the storm here. Let me see. How would I even find a camera in Scottsmore? Little squiggly road that goes like that. Just to the south of the little squiggly road. Perfect. There we go. Oh, is that it? That might be it. If it's moving left to right, then that could be
Channel to C3, advise reference engine 99 en route.
part of the storm. It's looking northbound. But if it's moving right to left, then technically we're looking to the south, which wouldn't be our storm.
C3.
Thank you, Edward, for subscribing.
99 en route.
Yeah, if you're just now tuning in, folks, we just had a potentially strong tornado here in Lake Mary, just in northeast of Orlando, Florida. Just went through, and we're getting some pretty serious reports out of it. We haven't had any reports of injuries yet, though. So it looks like the warning got out there, but I'm still a little bit concerned given some of our damage reports that we have had with this storm. With some potentially significant damage, had a report of a collapsed house. So we're still trying to figure out a little bit more information. Eunice warning expired. Yeah, that's not surprising. That rotation really died as it hit land, which is a good sign that we're probably not going to see many waterspout to tornado threats with that area of the storm, given it's a little bit further removed from the stronger shear environment. And also, you know, that, oh, wait a second. We're starting to see some more mature cells back over here near Orlando.
And Quint 34.
No rotation on them yet. That's good.
And understood.
Yeah, tornado warning has expired. Still some broader and weaker areas of circulation down here, but nothing really concerning at this moment. Okay, latest scan here. Our northern area of circulation seems to be struggling, and our southern one is broadening out a bit. We play it. Let's see which one of these might become our dominant circulation. It seems like the southern one. It's usually the southern rotation that continues to be the dominant circulation. You can see it is technically strengthening, but it is still quite broad. But if you were to look at this from the ground, you would definitely be able to tell some rotation is in that area there. Our camera that we have right now was right down here, potentially looking up to the north. So here's where our camera is. I am going to move it though further up to the north here. As soon as the rotation starts to cross the road, we'll do an intercept with the traffic camera here, if need be. Rotation is still trying to technically organize a little bit more here. Where's the water spout? There is no water spout right now. There was one earlier.
Be on the air.
Engine 38 on the air.
Potentially one early. I'll say potentially because we don't know for sure if that one was on the water, but it did have some tight areas of rotation every now and then as it approached. But it is as it approached land, which you see in environments that really don't have enough instability. The water spouts die before they get to land, and that's what happened with this last one. The main thing that we are worried about, though, is this storm. That is just kind of in the right environment to produce tornadoes and potentially strong tornadoes. Again, we're getting some significant reports out of Lake Mary. So we're still keeping a close eye on it. If you know anybody in Lake Mary, make sure you're giving them a call. We've heard house numbers like 209, 202, 204. Not sure which street that is, but if that reminds you of any of your relatives' addresses there, I would definitely be giving them a call and seeing if they're okay. Okay, latest scan here. It does look like this storm is going to try yet again as it approaches 95. Let me see if I can get a better view on this area of circulation. Although this is a nice camera view, it's a little bit blurry here. So that'd be a little bit further to the north. So let's kind of walk our way up to the north here and just check out a couple of these cameras. See if we can get a decent view. This might be one. It says it's looking southbound. Might not be it. Let's continue to go up here.
EMS 170, meet a Italian 3's alarm.
EMS 1.
Still working our way up north.
Commercial warehouse, nothing showing, not occupied, investigating.
This one's looking northbound. So this is what the storm looks like. It's got a lot of precipitation there. Unless it clears out that inflow, we might just have to do a direct intercept in the core of the rain. Yeah, X is down still. It's still not working for me. It's down all the way across the globe. We've had some people in chat in Germany and in Argentina. And that it's down there as well. So it sounds like it's a complete site outage. Yeah, right here in this area, there's your area of rotations currently still ongoing. Still a little bit on the broad side, but it is trying to do something here. Sometimes as these storms reach the coast, it gets some onshore winds, which can provide some local backing. So even though this storm is kind of moving out of the main area of instability, it still might try to produce a tornado again as it moves off to the east. So we're still keeping a close eye on this as it approaches 98. Yeah, our camera's like down here in this area now, but will bring it up to here very shortly. I just want to see if we can get some sort of view outside of that rain.
Battalion 3 is going to assume Blue Iris Division on Echo, and Battalion 37 is going to have Commerce Division on the Foxtrot.
Sweet Fox.
Bree flew into the Fox 35 building? Oh my. Yeah, let me check Facebook, see if I can't get any reports from this storm from there.
Marking command to Blue Iris Division.
Blue Iris Division to 8.
Copy.
Struck near their studios in Lake Mary as a tornado warning. Wow.
To you.
Copy that.
Someone mark
wow.
command confirmed.
Yeah, the Fox 35 sky camera got a really good view of that tornado moving through.
They're going to be on Foxtrot Commerce Division.
Here's let me see if I can get it. Copy this link. So I'm posting it in chat. I can't show you guys.
Markham Command, so we're going to have unified command.
Hoping that everybody inside the Fox 35 building is okay. Not seeing many reports of damage yet. It still seems like most of what's happening here is emergency vehicles responding to the tornado, or to folks being, impacted by this tornado, and we're not really getting many civilian photos out of the area yet, which usually does not happen until a little bit later.
On the Markham lens?
Video is not available.
I'm on the road just behind you, Dunshee. I'm checking these houses now.
Click on the link.
Check. You're going to be.
It works for me.
Division.
Copy. Continue on. Echo?
Let me try posting the link again. It's posting. It works for me. I just clicked on it, so maybe. There, try this link.
11.
Engine 211.
The alarm company
It was definitely a rain-wrapped tornado when it went through that area. Let's check on our latest velocities here. Yeah, still a decent area of rotation with this storm, but you can still tell that we have those grays in between the reds and the greens, still indicating that we're dealing with a broader area of circulation right now.
Force headed to Markham Glen Circle for other reports of issues. You may want to roll that up, and if you need it.
Right, let me go back over to our cameras
Markham,
here.
Command copy.
Might have to bring it a little bit further to the south if we want to get a view of this thing.
5 and trailer 2 are en route.
We got a lot of southbound cameras in this region. Where is this one? That was looking southbound, apparently. Let me see which way the clouds are moving.
I've been down Markham Glen Circle. SO's over there also. There's some damage to screen enclosures, but no significant damage to structures. Everyone that was home came out and signaled okay.
And good news, in a certain, didn't catch the area, but there are some signals in certain areas of people being okay. Okay, looks like we're just going to have to intercept this storm directly here. Let me line up this camera. We're going to want to be like right, pretty much right in this area, north of this road here. Do this one. This one seems to be a clear view.
On Markham Glen Circle right now.
Yeah, this is pretty much directly in the path of our circulation.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
A new tornado warning has been issued. Let me see where that is. Okay, that's still our northern warning. I do want to check back in with these storms to the south. Yeah, they're still struggling.
10 Blue Iris.
Yeah, it looks like they have extended this tornado warning now to the south. So we are getting that southern movement here, and they are pushing that tornado warning further to the south. That's going to be for Oak Hill.
We have cleared everything
Oak Hill,
on the
Florida
other side
needs
of the
to be in their safe spots.
Here,
There's your
with
area
the
of
exception of this
rotation.
totally
Our
collapsed
camera
house.
is
There doesn't
located
seem to be a whole
right
lot of
here, the
damage.
one underneath me. And again, Oak Hill needs to be in their safe spot. This is going to make a pretty close approach to you guys, if not go directly over you. Again, this isn't a tornado on the ground right now, but it is trying to reorganize that circulation. Still a little bit broad, but it just takes a couple scans, and all of a sudden that's a tight circulation, and we're dealing with another tornado on the ground. So far, not seeing any new correlation coefficient scan or correlation coefficient, but still want folks to be in their safe spots there in Oak Hill. Let me see if Twitter is working yet. Wow, Twitter's still down. It is still down, folks. X is down in France as well. Wow.
All occupants cleared by law enforcement. Misting warning, please.
Blue Iris Division.
Yeah, still waiting on our latest velocity scans to come in here. They haven't quite made it in. Let me just double check. There it is. Okay, yeah, I mean, this storm is starting to tighten up a little bit here. You can see we got some greens now touching the reds. That is an indication that our rotation is tightening up as this approaches Oak Hill. Still no debris signature yet as this approaches 95. We might have to go even further south here. We're kind of up here right now.
Engine 35.
I might bring it like down to here, our camera. Let me see if we have a good camera in that area.
Copy, do you need any other resources?
Let me just see, double check where this camera is. Yeah, we're a little bit north. We're like something like down here wouldn't be bad. It's right here might be a little bit too far north. So let me go. We'll hang out with this camera for a little bit. I'm just trying to nail down where the circulation is going to cross the road so we can have a good view to help us confirm what is happening with this storm. It's kind of moving. It's meandering. If I put this in motion, you can see that rotation is trying to meander a little bit to the south, but
Commerce Division understood they were still attached to their previous
we'll be able to nail it down, though, as soon
as
as it gets close to that road. All right, I think we've gotten most of our, significant reports out of this, this scanner. So we're going to turn that off for now. And if we get any damage out here, we'll listen in on this and see what our initial reports are out of that. It's probably over swamp. Is this a swampy area? Your yard is flooded? Oh, my. That's probably, and it doesn't overly surprise me. There is a lot of rain with this storm. I'm not seeing any flood warnings at this moment, though. And they're still keeping this tornado warning up to the north still due to the fact that we do have still some broad circulation there, but I'm not overly concerned with that circulation right now. But our broader circulation over here near Oak Hill is still trying to intensify. You can see our reds are getting a little bit brighter here, and so of our greens. So are our greens. Still no definite debris signature with this storm just yet. That rotation is still certainly looking pretty potent there. Dang, it's kind of going back up to the north again. Okay, I'm gonna lock in a camera there for now. And if we need to change it last moment because we see a debris ball, then we will, but I'm gonna keep it up here for now. No mods. It's possible there's not. I don't know. I think help was in the chat. Good morning. Good morning. Hopefully you guys have had your coffee. A little bit of an unexpected tornado threat here. I mean, there is a small chance for tornadoes, but nothing that really pointed to, strong tornadoes being possible or, usually in these small threats, sometimes they do end up performing. I mean, a 2% is not a 0% chance. So sometimes every now and then you get tornadoes, especially in Florida. It seems like Florida is more susceptible for those 2% to kind of do something a little weird. I haven't really been looking at chat too much. I don't know how many mods are in here right now. I'll try to look at chat more. Nothing's impossible with tornadoes. That is true. Whenever you have the shear environment in place, they do try to do stuff, especially here in Florida. I don't know what it is about Florida. I think it's just because it's flatter, a little bit lower to sea level. Probably helps the storms out a little bit. Yeah, I mean, this rotation's really trying here, folks. Still no new debris ball, but I mean, it is still trying. Still trying. Right there, you can see that area. Those reds are still increasing, and they seem to be getting closer to those greens. I'm going to go our camera right now, the camera that we have is pretty much right in this area. So this area of rotation is just about to move over this camera. You can see it's pretty much in the direct path there. Let's go check out here, and I'll try to bring up our radar here. Bottom left, see what happens. I have to do some size changes. There we go. That's fine. I'll mark our camera on the map here just so you guys can see it in comparison to where that rotation is. And that's where we're looking right now, and that rotation's about to go directly over us. As you're covering Florida, put on sunglasses. I wish I was in Florida, not because there's tornadoes there, but because you guys have just been nice and warm. I think I would feel really happy if I lived in like Miami. Not gonna lie, although I hate big cities, but just for it to be warm all year long, that would be nice. Miami sucks, yeah. I'm sure there's like some smaller cities like near the southern portion of Florida that are really nice. I just got our latest velocity scan in, and we still have an area of some tighter circulation up here, still trying to produce a tornado. So I still want Oak Hill to continue to be in their safe spots. That rotation is moments away from moving over our camera. Oops, I took it off there. Camera is located here. As you can see, conditions are getting a little bit worse here. Some of our heavier precipitation moves through the area. X is back in Florida. Let me check for Alabama. Oh, yeah. X is back in Alabama, too. It might be back all the way across the globe. Yeah, X is back in Argentina. Yeah. So it looks like the Twitter outage is over, which is pretty brief. So, oh, we got someone pulling off the road here. Wonder if that's a storm chaser. Yeah, latest velocity scan. I mean, this thing is moments away from crossing the road here. See, there's our rotation. Our camera is right here. It should be about to cross the road, so we should get some indication. If we see debris or power flashes, that's a tornado. There is some leaves falling off the trees, but I don't think that's caused by a tornado. There is debris coming out of the sky, though. Look at that. Those are leaves. I'm pretty sure those are leaves, though. If we see bigger debris, then yeah, maybe that's a tornado or like a brief tornado. I'm not seeing evidence of that on the radar, but if it was like a brief tornado, it just might not show up on radar. But there is stuff falling out of the sky, but it looks like it's leaves. So we might be about to get hit with some pretty strong winds here. Okay, rain is getting heavier here. Our circulation should be right over us right now. You've got a lot of hazards on with these lights here on the cars. Almost every car has their hazards on. Yeah, I don't think the tornado's on the ground. Just judging by our, let me just double check to make sure that that rotation isn't moved on here. Yeah, I mean, it's directly over the camera right now. Here's our camera in the blue dot. There's our circulation. It's directly over the camera, and it doesn't look too crazy. So that indicates that we don't really have a tornado on the ground at this moment. And we're still dealing with some broader circulation. It has had some periods, though, where it tries to tighten up. But I do not think it's on the ground at this moment. This is why we use these traffic cams, because they can be helpful in determining things that we might not see on radar. With those leaves falling out of the sky, that either indicates that there were some stronger winds and, some leaves lofted up into the air, or maybe there was a brief tornado that we just didn't catch, and, it lifted before the road and is dropping some leaves out of the sky. But I'm leaning more towards just damaging winds, just based off of radar presentation. And I still want folks in Oak Hill to be in their safe spots. Ariel and Eldora here. I'm not sure if we have any more cameras in the path of this storm. Let me just check here really quick. This might be our last look at it before it exits off the coast. Yeah, this is going to be our last look at it. We'll bring that camera back up just in case there's some stronger winds. It seems like the rain's calming down. And on radar, it also looks like the rain is calming down there as well. All right, let's go check on some of our other storms just to make sure we got nothing else happening. Still got a storm trying to intensify over here. And it is actually trying to develop some rotation there now in northeastern Orlando. So we might have to keep an eye on this storm as that moves off to the east there. That could do something similar to that storm later down on the line. That'd be more of a threat there north of Titusville. Might try to get a view on that storm. These storms further down to the south and west near Port Charlotte and Punta Gorda and Northport are still not really producing many convincingly dangerous areas of rotation yet. And I have a feeling it's going to stay that way. Been here your whole life, and aside from coastal areas, tornadoes have always been the biggest threat. Yeah. Hurricanes suck. I've been through 2 direct tornado hits, and it's super scary. Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, so hurricanes, they can get their winds up to, depending on how strong the hurricane is, anywhere from like 60 to 70 miles per hour further inland. But yeah, if you live further inland, your biggest threat is usually going to be the tornadoes that are associated with those hurricanes. Like for instance, what we had with Milton, where we had a pretty intense tornado outbreak down there in Florida. And those can track really anywhere across Florida associated with those hurricanes. So, yeah, I mean, if you live more inland, those tornadoes can pack anywhere from like 90 to like 150, sometimes, a little bit higher than that as they move across the region. So definitely a more prevalent and scarier threat, I would say, for the people further inland. But if you live near the coast, I mean, if you get a strong hurricane, that's basically like tornadic winds lasting for a lot longer than what you would get with a tornado. There are a few of us in here that are mods on other channels. Yeah. True. Do we not? All right. If we have a mod, let me search chat, see if we have literally any mods. Stream Elements. We do have Stream Elements in chat. Yeah, I just scrolled up as far as I could. Yeah, I don't think we have any mods. Not a single mod in chat, at least as far as I can see. Unless one's lurking. Yeah, I'll try to keep my eye on chat a little bit more. It's all right. I mean, is chat like unruly? I haven't really been paying attention. We've been a little bit busy. If chat hasn't been unruly, then I won't worry about it too much. I will pay attention a little bit more though. Chat is healthy and clean today. Awesome. You've been behaving. All right. Well, thank you. But now that people know that there's no mods, it might start getting crazy in chat. Just letting you guys know. There's no one to enforce the law. All right, latest scans here. Looks like our rotation is getting much weaker here as it approaches the coast. And I think we're about to exit out of pretty much any population here. Once we get east of Oak Hill, there's no more people in the path of this storm, as far as I can tell. There's like not even roads out here. You need a temp mod? Yeah, I mean, if things start getting out of hand, I'll consider it. But and the storm over here near Orlando is also still trying to organize, but still very broad circulation over here near University and Union Park. Might be worth trying to find a cam though, but it's the kind of the pattern, at least with how these storms have looked, has been a little bit too rainy to really see much. Let me see if I can get so just be just north of this road, so maybe like one of these cameras, and here might have a view of like the outer edge of the storm. We can get lucky. It's looking north and west. Not really seeing anything too crazy there. There are a couple more cameras. We'll click around, see if we can see the storm, but looks like, oh, what about this one? Full screen. Yeah, I mean, there might be a storm back there. Looks like we're looking, if this is correct, south and east. So yeah, we wouldn't be looking towards the storm on that one. Lady J is here. That's funny. Lady J is like, she's a mod, not because she's a mod, but because like there was literally, for some reason, with my channel and her channel, something that is just not lining up in the YouTube programming. As like she literally can't even participate in chat. And so we figured out that making her a mod allows her to participate in chat. Because she's not banned on the channel. She's not hidden from the channel. So she should be able to chat, but for some reason she couldn't. But she is here. So you can act like a mod today, Lady J. We can misbehave. No, I've given her ultimate authority. So y'all better behave. I can see your post, Derek. It's an odd glitch. It is. I don't. We tried to investigate it for a good day or so, and we couldn't figure out what the heck was going on. Yeah, rotation with this storm over here near Oak Hill is still continuing to weaken here as it moves closer and closer to being not a threat to really anybody. You had a question? What's your question? What is your question? We'll answer it. Well, I'll try to. What's the record for differences between high and low temps for the day? I don't know. I don't even know how to find that stuff. People post like stuff like that all the time. I don't even know how to find it, to be honest. I'm sure I'm sure there's some site, but I'm sure today it's not really that crazy because we don't really have too much colder air. We're really starting to get into that time frame where we're going to start to see things warm up quite a bit. Maybe a little bit more circulation over here. Might have to keep an eye on. And it is trying to do something there. But as that low pressure system moves off to the north and east, it should keep those storms out of the main area of rotation, or where we have spin in the atmosphere. You mod for chasers? Yeah. How are we looking for Deland, Florida? Have a radar Omega up to search. Let me check. I think a lot of folks with this risk, I don't think this is going to be like some unexpected tornado outbreak. I think we just had a brief escalation there of our tornado threat. And I think that's passed. So I probably will end the live stream pretty soon. And I'll keep watching it, though, just in case. So, if you guys live in this area, Deland should be fine. You're north of this main risk. But yeah, if you guys do live in this area and you want some more coverage in the future, the best way to get that would just be to subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon for future updates. But I think I'm going to end as soon as this tornado warning, or as soon as this rotation moves offshore here, I'm probably going to end the stream. So that's going to be like in a couple minutes. And I'll keep watching it just in case something does happen. If something happens, we'll go back live. But if you do have a lot of folks from Florida, I did just release a video on an update of our latest storm, and I'm going to post that in chat. It's a forecast for our storm that's coming. If you guys want to check that out, it's now in chat. Just go over there, give it a quick watch. We go over all the latest threats. I wouldn't completely rule out that some of the storms enter into Florida, but we're a little bit too far out on that to really tell anything with any certainty. But over here near like areas like Destin and Pensacola are already in a slight risk. Not sure if it's going to be much more of a risk moving into Central Florida, but it's something to keep an eye on. TV showing Longwood damage video. Oh, wow. Is it bad? We've heard only like fireman reports. Okay, there we go. Rotation is off of the screen, or off of the coast there. And yeah, we'll keep watching it. If anything happens, we'll let you guys know. And again, if you guys want to, we have a forecast video. Post the link again. But thank you guys for watching. Sorry that had to happen. I know it was kind of not really forecasted, so a lot of people weren't aware that was even possible today, but sometimes that's just what happens. But yeah, sorry that you guys had to go through that over there near Lake Mary. Hopefully we don't get any reports of deaths or too many injuries out of that, and if we get a little bit more information and X doesn't go down again today, I will do some retweeting over there as well. That link is in the description. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. And yeah, back to radar monitoring mode, and hopefully you guys don't see me again. Peace.